Hello everybody, I'm your brother 9, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. In the last episode, we headed out onto Route 1, and then we got to Viridian City, which is a city right over there. You can't really see it right now, but that's because I'm up in this hidden place. And in Viridian City, we were blocked off by an old man right there, and we saw this little Pokeball. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's here. There's another potion, which we need because there were other things that we did. We got to the Pokemart and we were like, yo, what's up, Pokebro? And then he gave us Oak's parcel, which we gave back to Professor Oak in Pallet Town, and we got 5 Pokeballs, which is fantastic and great. And we caught 2 Pokemon. We caught a Rattata and a Pidgey, and then we came out over here to Route 22. We went up, fought Gary. We got it handed to us by Gary. We were not ready for Gary. And in this episode, we're going to be doing quite a few things, but the first thing that we're going to be doing is handing it back to Gary, because I have now trained my Pokemon. I have trained the 2 Pokemon that are not actually team members, Joey and Pidgeotfist, and I've trained our actual team member, James Pond. And while that was happening, yes, sure, that's a good way to save it. We got Quick Attack on Joey, which is a fantastic move, at least this early in the game. It's actually pretty good later in the game, too. We've also got Pidgeotfist, now has Sand Attack. And we got Withdraw, which Withdraw is a move that will up its defense by 1 stage. I think it's 1 stage. I don't think it's 2 stages. Which is pretty good. It's alright. It might be useful in this battle, but the important thing is that we are now leveled up, and we're ready to take him on again. He's the same stuff before. He doesn't remember that he completely beat us up, whooped us, threw us to the side last time. This time, we're ready for him. He's got this Pidgey. We've got Joey. We've got Joey here, who's ready to do some Quick Attacks. Quick Attack is a stronger move than Tackle. It's a normal move, and it has Priority +1, which priority is just, if no moves have any kind of priority, it goes off of the speed of the Pokemon. If there is priority, then that move will always go first, unless both Pokemon are using a priority move, in which case, then it goes back to being based off of the speed of the Pokemon. And Joey got a crit! Yo, Joey coming through! Do we even need to use anyone else? This Rattata, guys, it's doing pretty well. I think it might be one of the best Rattatas out there. In fact, I might even say that it's in the top percentage of all Rattatas. Hey, we already got 2 Bulbasaur. We've got 2 other Pokemon all ready to go. This Quick Attack is powerful. Oh, I think we might beat. Okay, all right. Because we were Sand Attacked, we're not going to take it out. Which is fine by me. Joey doesn't need all this extra experience. No, Bulbasaur's attack missed too? Okay, alright, we're missing all over the place. Everyone's missing. These are just a bunch of Pokemon fumbling around trying to hit each other, which is kind of cute when you think about it. They're just, like, all running at each other and missing, but that's not what we want. Instead, we want to take these Pokemon out, like, using Tackle and stuff. There we go, that's good. And we can tank, we can definitely tank that. I like how I specifically brought James Pond up to level 10, not because it's 10, because it's 1 more level higher than Gary's Bulbasaur. So, you know, just kind of spite him. And we got a crit! We got a pointless crit! 3rd episode of the series, and we already have a pointless crit. This is wonderful. We also got a level 123 experience. That's some good stuff. Ah, you just lucked out. I didn't luck out. Not at all. That was straight up training my team. Heard the Pokemon League is crawling with tough trainers. I gotta figure out how to get past them. We should quit dawdling and get a move on. Aw, well, see you later, Gary's nice fighting you, for real this time. And now, we could go to the Pokemon League, which is this thing over here. You know what, let's go check out this fancy-dancy Pokemon League that he was talking about. I see no reason not to. We'll head over here. Oh, we get this spooky music. What's up? Only truly skilled trainers are allowed through. You don't have the Boulder Badge yet. Rules are rules. I can't let you pass. Okay, so we need to get a Boulder Badge. But we actually need to get more than just the Boulder Badge. This is the way to the last area of the game. We need 8 badges to get to that point, and we're not nearly ready for that. However, there are other things on this route that we want to talk about, and specifically, there are 2 new Pokemon to encounter. First of which is... oh, come on. Please be the one I'm looking for. Oh, it is! Mankey! Mankey is a fighting type. Fighting is super effective to normal and quite a few other things. Oh, we have, I didn't realize we had this out. One thing that's super effective to fighting is flying, which is cool. Mankey has high speed and it's got pretty good power, honestly, but its defenses are absolutely horrendous. And it's really not that great of a fighting type. It's okay, but it gets way outclassed later in the game. However, it is probably one of the best early game Pokemon for one reason and one reason only. And that is because if you are a Charmander trainer, you need to grab yourself a Mankey. Like, now. There is almost no reason not to grab yourself a Mankey. You should definitely grab yourself a Mankey for something that is coming up very soon. Like, please just do yourself a favor and grab a Mankey. I don't care if you never use the Mankey again after that point. At least grab it for that. Mankey, light and agile on its feet and ferocious and temperate. When angered, it flies into an uncontrollable frenzy. We are going to name this Mankey, let's call it... I have no idea what to call this Mankey. I was not thinking about that. Instead, I will start thinking about the other Pokemon on this route, and that is the other flying type, early game flying type, known only as Spearow. Spearow is a much better Pokemon than Pidgey. Yes, Pidgey. Spearow is probably the second best flying type in the game. It's got fantastic speed, and it's got way better attack, and it gets Drill Peck, which is the best flying type move to get, and it's honestly a pretty great flying type all around. If there's one that you want to choose, if you want to choose between Pidgey or Spearow, every single time, choose Spearow, because Spearow, even though it doesn't look nearly as cool, and I honestly really don't like how Spearow looks at all, it's still okay. And it's a lot better than Pidgey. There is another Pokemon way later on that's way better, but for now, it's pretty much your only choice for a good flying type. So if that's what you're looking for on your team, please grab a Spearow. And I'm gonna hopefully find one sometime soon. It eventually evolves into Fear, which is admittedly cooler than Spearow, but not exactly that cool in the long run. I don't particularly like either of them. Also, yo, Joey's got Runaway, which... what a perfect time. Runaway is an ability. An ability is something that every Pokemon has. It's not unique. Hey, look, there's the Spearow that we need to catch. Abilities are unique to every Pokemon species. Some Pokemon species have several abilities that they can choose. It's usually just two. And abilities are something that are new to Generation 3. So this is the first time we're going through the Kanto region with abilities. Joey's ability was Run Away, which means that if you ever run from a battle, you will be guaranteed to run from it as long as it's a wild Pokemon battle. Because there is a chance when you run from a battle that you won't escape the battle, and you'll be stuck another turn. Yo, we'll catch Pokemon all over the place. And if that is the case, then you want to get yourself a Pokemon like Rattata. Spearow, it busily flits around here and there. Even if it is frail, it can be a tough foe that uses Mirror Move. It can use Mirror Move, but Mirror Move's not even like that great of a move for it to use. So like, okay, whatever you want to call it, or whatever you want to believe, Pokemon games. I think I'm gonna call this Spearow something very close to its name, which is Speawow? Speawow. I'm okay with Speawow being its name. Now, this brings me up to something that I want to talk about, and that is Pokemon Evolution. Evolution is something that's kind of super cool, honestly. When your Pokemon get to I was gonna say when it gets to a certain level. I guess we'll just start with a certain level. When your Pokemon gets to a certain level, it can get to a point where it's like, yo, I'm going to evolve. And when a Pokemon evolves, it transforms to be a lot stronger, it looks different, and it's technically a different kind of Pokemon. Its stats change all over the place. Maybe its ability changes too, depending on the Pokemon. There are a bunch of different things that happen when a Pokemon evolves. And you've seen Pokemon Evolution so far. I've shown them, like Charmander evolving into Charmeleon into Charizard, which was shown, and then Mankey into Primeape, Spearow into Fearow, all sorts of different evolutions. And it's something that definitely counts for grabbing. I'm gonna grab a bunch of Pokeballs because we're gonna be catching a bunch of Pokemon. It is evolution is something that counts towards your Pokedex. So if you evolve a Pokemon, you are now considered to have both of the Pokemon. As long as you've had the Pokemon within your hands at least once, that means that you've caught that Pokemon. So it definitely counts. And I'll be doing my best to evolve all the Pokemon that I get, but it's not going to be like an immediate kind of thing. Like, I'm not going to keep these members on my team and just evolve them immediately. Like, when I want to spend some time in between episodes, then that is when I will choose to evolve the Pokemon that I have. Also, I'm going in these houses just to see if there's any good stuff, any items anywhere. This girl's daddy loves Pokemon. Coming with nicknames is fun, but it's not so easy to do. Clever names are nice, but simple names are easy to remember. Yeah, simple names like Spewow or Joey, but clever names like James Pond, they're the best names, and they're the only names you can care about. Now, one thing I haven't shown off here in Viridian City is a Pokemon Gym. Is the Viridian City Pokemon Gym. This Pokemon Gym is always closed. I wonder who the leader is. However, as the old man says, this Pokemon Gym is closed, so we can't really do anything with it right now, which is a bit of a shame. But that's okay, because we're not going to care. Instead, we're going to go into Route 2, which is another route with new encounters, and we might as well just get straight into the new encounters immediately so we can get those out of the way. There are 2 new encounters on Route 2, the first of which is not Pidgey. In fact, it is Caterpie. Caterpie is a bug Pokemon, and it is one of the worst Pokemon in the game. Even when it's fully evolved, it is horrible. It is just a really, really bad Pokemon. Butterfree is not good in any way. It has horrible stats, it's got disgusting typing, its move pool is so shallow, and there are just so few bug types, but it's just really, really bad. And there are very few bug type moves that are any kind of good, and it doesn't even get good flying type moves, and it's just horrible. Now, it was even worse in Generation 1, because Bug had only one super effective move, or okay, wait, no, Bugs didn't have one super effective move. I think they had one super effective move, which was like Twin Needle or something like that, but it wasn't even that great. I don't know if Caterpie even got that move, but Bug itself had another weakness, which was poison, but it was also super effective to poison, so it was weird. Bugs were not any better back in Generation 1, it was just not good anyway whatsoever. And the only thing that's kind of good about Caterpie is that it's a bug type, which means that it evolves early. So you can get to the final evolution of Caterpie, which is Butterfree, at level like 10, I think it is, which is honestly pretty decent. And if you want to do that, it's gonna have some high stats for this early in the game, but it will get incredibly outclassed pretty soon. So that's kind of not the greatest. Now, the other Pokemon on this route is Weedle, which is another bug Pokemon. Instead, this one is bug poison instead of bug flying, like Caterpie will eventually turn out to be. Hey, there's Caterpie. Man, that took forever. Weedle is also horrible. I would say slightly better than Caterpie, maybe. But really, they're both just ridiculously bad. None of them are good. Weedle kind of gets better moves. I like the typing more, maybe, but they're just horrible Pokemon. I do like Beedrill. Beedrill looks way cooler, but really, if you want better bug Pokemon, there will be better bug Pokemon later on. So I would just wait, unless you really want to use a bug Pokemon this early and maybe get a final evolution. Maybe just if you're doing like what I'm doing and you don't have any other Pokemon on your team that you want to use this early, that's a possible thing, but it's really not. I'd skip the stuff. Okay, well, I did not mean to do that, and we will call this Caterpie, we will call it Margarine. And yeah, that was pretty much everything I wanted to say about, I don't know how to spell Margarine, actually. About Weedle and Beedrill, they're just horrible. I think that's how you spell Margarine. I honestly am now questioning if that's actually how you spell it, so that's fun. Anyways, I'm going to cut until I find a Weedle to catch, because Weedle is really, really rare on this route, and at least in, FireRed, because their encounter rates are switched. So Weedle's rare in FireRed, and Caterpie is rare in Leaf Green. So I will cut until I find me a fancy dancy Weedle to catch. Alright, well, it is taking me a really long time to find a Weedle, and we're gonna be going into a place with more Weedle up ahead, so I think we're just gonna continue. If we happen to run across a Weedle while we're going through here, then that will be okay. I have caught a Rattata, even though its bite isn't that wicked, only if you use Super Fang. It's a natural maze in there, be careful you don't get lost. I will be pretty careful. I will be heading through Viridian Forest, and it will be decent. There is another encounter in here, but I think we'll talk about that in a little bit. I came here with some friends to catch us some Pokemon. They're all itching to get in some Pokemon battles. You can find Weedles and, whatchamacallit. Ooh, what's this guy got first? I was throwing Pokeballs to catch Pokemon, and I ran out. That's why you can never have too many Pokeballs. Oh, I thought he had something. Weird. Alright, I was saying something. Ah, dang. Pokemon, what do we got here? You can find Weedle and Caterpie's evolved forms, Kakuna and Metapod, here in the Viridian Forest as wild Pokemon. So if you'd rather catch those two and then level them up, you can. I think it's better to catch Caterpie or Weedle and level them up because they won't come with the attacking moves. If you catch them as either, yo, there's Weedle, we found one. They won't come with attacking moves if you catch them as either Kakuna or Metapod. They'll just come with Harden, which is just going to raise its defense, and that's not good at all. So it's better to catch them. If they don't, it takes them like 2 levels to get to that point where they evolve. That's like it. However, I think now that I've mentioned that, I will talk about the one other new encounter in Viridian Forest, which is quite an interesting encounter. It is the famous Pikachu. Yes, it is the mascot of Pokemon itself, the cute little electric mouse that literally everyone in the world knows about. You can find it here. You can find it kind of here. It's kind of hard to find here. Not everyone really knows that you can find it here, but you can, because the reason people don't know to find it here is because it's really, really rare. And there's only one other place in the game that you can find it, so most people find it in that place. Now, Pikachu itself is decent. It has good speed, and it's got respectable physical and special attack. It doesn't really, I mean, you can choose as physical or special attacker, but otherwise, it's not that great of a Pokemon. It's better now in Gen 3 than it is in later gens. It does have an interesting mechanic where Pikachu has a Pokeball, a item known as the, wow, we are poisoned, and that's not good because I don't have antidotes. That's fun. I don't want to be poisoned. In fact, because I'm poisoned, I'm going to be going back to the place with healing, and I will see you guys in a second. Now, as I was saying about Pikachu, it has an item known as the Light Ball that gives it, I think, double special attack. It gives it a lot of extra special attack, which kind of makes it a better choice than Raichu in some cases. Kind of-ish. It can be, but Raichu's still generally a better Pokemon, in my opinion. And the music, I don't remember this song sounding like this. And Raichu, honestly, looks a lot cooler, in my opinion. So, like, I don't even care about using Pikachu, like, ever, because Raichu's just way better in every way. But Pikachu is Pikachu. Everyone knows Pikachu. Everyone loves Pikachu. It's still super cute. But Raichu's superior pretty much always, every single time. However, they do have one extra thing that's cool about them, and that is the fact that, as we talked about earlier, hey, look, it's Metapod. Raichu and Pikachu have something new about them, and the way that they have a new way to evolve. So far, every Pokemon we've seen up to this point only evolves by evolution. You get them to assert, or evolves by evolution. Wow. Wow, okay. They evolve by their level. When you get them up to a certain level, the Pokemon eventually evolves. However, Pikachu evolves into Raichu by giving it a Thunderstone. Not giving it to hold, but you get a Thunderstone into your bag, you use the Thunderstone on Pikachu, and it evolves it, which gives a different kind of dynamic to evolution, because you can have a level 5 Pikachu, and that will be able to evolve immediately into a level 5 Raichu if you want. It's not even like every level that you choose to do it, it's just whenever you use a Thunderstone on it, which also means that you could miss out on some moves. And so it gives you a different kind of dynamic in the way that sometimes you should wait for any kind of moves that you want to have on your Pokemon, which is something that is possible to consider with Pikachu, because Pikachu takes a long time to get a decent electric type move. So you definitely want to wait until you get Thunderbolt, which I think is around 25, 27. Then you want to choose to evolve it. So definitely don't evolve it early. Otherwise you'll kind of have a problem with not being able to do a lot of damage. But that's really everything that I have to say about Pikachu. And right here we have our only required trainer in the Viridian Forest. Hey, wait up! What's the hurry? Why the rush? And so this brings me to another thing that I want to talk about with this playthrough. Hey, Sammy, what do you have? You have a Weedle, level 9. You don't have much. There are a lot of trainers that you've noticed I've just walked right on by, and the reason for that is because I don't think it's necessary for me to show off every single trainer battle. I will be doing every single trainer battle, but I don't need to bore you guys with all that kind of stuff. I want to try and make as much progress as I can in episodes, and if I'm spending too much time just battling back and forth, especially early game battles like this, I think it can get kind of boring and stale. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to like sneak my way past all the trainers in the game, and then I'll try to only fight the required trainers, but I will fight all the other trainers off screen to make sure that my Pokemon aren't getting under-leveled as we're getting through each area. And if I happen to find any other items in the forest, which I'm sure I've walked by like hundreds of them, I will come back into the forest and I will show you guys where those items are next time we come to an episode, because I will fight the other trainers between episodes so you guys don't have to see all of that nonsense. Or I will not worry about gets a Pikachu! What? Yo! Man, I mean, that's not like the greatest thing to ever... It's not like a shiny Pokemon, but Pikachu's still rare. We've only had a very few amount of encounters. And this is kind of ridiculous. This means I've been able to catch every single Pokemon up to this point. I did catch the Weedle, right? Yes, I did, because I called it Beedrill, but with no I or extra L. Yo! This is awesome! This is fantastic! This is great! We are definitely going to be able to catch this Pikachu. And it's a low level, so we can hit it just enough to get it down to low HP to catch it easier, or it's going to break free. Dang. Pikachu must not have a very high catch rate, which you guys probably saw earlier in the bio, but I don't memorize the catch rates of the Pokemon. I just know some of them are easier and harder. This, hopefully we can catch it. There we go. There we go. There. Yeah! Pikachu! That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man. That's awesome. It has small electric sacs on both its cheeks. It threatens to lose electric charges from the sacs. It loses electric charges from the sacs. Nice. Nice. All right, what do I want to call this nerd? We will call this nerd something ridiculous, which is what I always do. We will call this nerd Ashichu. Ashichu because it is a combination of Ash and Pikachu. And it was transferred to our box. I don't know. Oh, I didn't talk about that when we caught Weedle. But if you have 6 Pokemon in your party, which is the most amount of Pokemon that you can hold on to, your Pokemon will be transferred to your PC, which you can access in the Pokemon Center, which we will see as we go through. There are a bunch of people in here, but I don't think they have anything for us. There are many Pokemon in caves and forests, and they said something like you need to be persistent to find them. And we have now come out on the other side of Route 2. All the counters that were in Route 2 are still in that grass right there. But more importantly, we are now at Pewter City. What is up, Pewter City? There aren't many serious Pokemon trainers here. They're all like bug catchers, you know, just hobbyists. But Pewter Gym's Brock isn't like that, not one bit. Oh man, there's a gym here. That's way more exciting. However, we need to heal up because we're paralyzed and we got Pokemon stuff. So we're going to do that, and I think this is a great time to end off the episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope it was decently informative. It's a little bit of a longer episode, but that's because we didn't make a lot of progress early in the episode, so I just want to make a good amount of progress. And if you did enjoy this episode, please click that like button. Remember, you can always click subscribe if you want to stay updated on this series and other stuff coming out from me. I hope that I will see you in the next episode. We will look at the rest of Pewter City, and we will be fighting the gym of Pewter City in the next episode as well, which will be awesome. And I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.